busy night in the hockey world last night with games in the Eastern and Western Conference. I'm here alongside with Chris Wishbone.
How you doing?
He's our chief analyst for AHL hockey. What do you got for us tonight?
Well, last night I watched the whole game between the St. John's Ice Caps and the Toronto Marlies. The Toronto Marlies just played awful. They came on at the end of the game, but for the majority of the game, the St. John's Ice Caps played all over them.
I heard there was a bad performance from Chris Nylander last night. You know, he wasn't playing up to par.
Yes, William Nylander is the son of Michael Nylander. He is supposed to be a small, skilled player, a goal scorer, but he just did nothing last night. He got pushed around, he was not noticeable on the ice, not impressed with his performance at all.
A star player, which for the farm team of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Toronto Marlies, hasn't just been playing too well. Garrett Sparks, what was his performance in that last night?
Garrett Sparks, the Toronto Marlies goaltender, he played alright. The Ice Caps, they didn't have as many shots as the Toronto Marlies, but Garrett Sparks definitely played alright. The 2 goals that the St. John's Ice Caps scored, they earned.
Yeah. So, also last night in the Eastern Conference, the Pittsburgh Penguins went against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Final score, Columbus 2, Pittsburgh 1. This is a classic example. I don't trust Marc-Andre Fleury for nothing. Honestly, he's just an average NHL goalie. What are you thinking?
Well, the Pittsburgh Penguins, they played pretty good at the end of that game because there was about a minute left of the game. Columbus were winning 2-0. Pittsburgh scored a goal. Then they scored another goal that was waved off because Patrick Hornqvist kicked it in.
Yeah, and it was just sad to see them goals slip away from you.
Yeah, but as for Marc-Andre Fleury, yeah, I don't see him as a top caliber goalie as like a Price or a Lundqvist.
Me watching the game last night, I experienced Marc-Andre Fleury. He was like a floppy fish, and I've seen this play by Marc-Andre Fleury countless and countless times. Fleury loses his stick because he's flopping around like a dead fish. And it's just another loss for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It was tough. They worked hard, but it was a slow game until about 10 minutes left in the second.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh Penguins should be better than what they are because they have Crosby, Malkin, Kessel, Kunitz,
Letang,
Pascal Dupuis, even a pretty good player.
He's been doing pretty good for himself.
He had a goal last night.
Yeah, he did excellent. So, what do you got for the Western Conference last night?
Well, the San Jose Sharks beat the Detroit Red Wings. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it was a pretty close game. A lot of hard hitting and goaltending stole the show again. You know.
Yeah. What do you think about Patrick Marleau and that the Sharks want to trade him?
Well, he wants to go somewhere big, is what he's trying to get to.
He said he wanted to go to the Rangers, LA, or Anaheim. He said that's the only 3 teams he'll go to.
Yeah, and they're all big teams that have good players that are Stanley Cup teams. They'll make it to the playoffs. The Sharks, they might make it to the playoffs. What do you think about them?
I'd say the Sharks will make it to the playoffs. I'd say once Logan Couture comes back and Thornton and Pavelski get on the go, getting points,
it will be a great San Jose Sharks team. So I think that personally, the Kings don't need him. Marleau would be a great fit for Anaheim because they have lots of salary cap, unlike the New York Rangers or the LA Kings.
I think Patrick Marleau would be great with playing with Perry and Getzlaf.
Oh, it would be a top dog team of all Canadian players.
Because at this stage of his career, Marleau is nothing better than an average second line winger.
Oh. He used to be one of the best players, and he just been cut loose. Anything else you would like to add in?
Well, one other thing about the San Jose Sharks, Joel Ward is leading them in goals. What are your thoughts on that?
Joel Ward is he's been stepping up to the plate so far. He's actually a pretty good player. He's just the underdog stepping up and playing the key role of the San Jose Sharks. Unnoticed player and now stepping up. He came from Washington, now over to San Jose. He's got all of his focus and he's all ready to go for the San Jose Sharks.
Yeah, because after he had that one good playoff run with Nashville and they traded him to Washington, I didn't think he was going to be that good, but he proved me wrong. He's been turned into a really good player.
He's been great, yeah.
At one point of the season, he was 3rd in the league in goals.
3rd in the league. It's amazing, his style of performance so far.
Because he plays tough and he scores goals. Can't argue with that. Amazing player.
Yeah. So I'm alongside with Chief Analyst of AHL and Western NHL, and I'm Eastern NHL. Thank you so much for watching the Hockey Buys. Until next time, thank you for tuning in.